Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be going over another 15 movies from 1990. This is going to be kicking off a new series. Well, I say new, but this is just going to be a continuation talking about movies from each year of the 90s. One of my favourite decades, my second favourite decade behind the 80s. Going through the movies from this decade, I couldn't narrow this down to another 10. I could only get 15. There's just so many movies. This is the decade I've seen the most movies from, and I had an absolute blast picking out 150 movies from this decade to talk about with you guys. So yeah, hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I had a blast picking out these movies, so I'm gonna get straight into it. So coming up first, we have
I had to recommend a closed coffin. His body looked all chewed up, drained, like some vampire had a go at him. Something was terrible, terrible.
Excuses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Arachnophobia. So yeah, this is something I definitely suffer from. I'm absolutely shit scared of spiders, and this was just a great gateway horror movie. A lot of fun, a lot of great characters in it. Steven Spielberg's fingerprints as a producer are just all over in this movie. I absolutely love it. I love the opening when we're in the sort of the jungle rainforest. It just looks absolutely great. And they actually do play some great scary effects in this film. It really is a lot of fun. There's some fun jump scares in there. Jeff Daniels, John Goodman, always great. The firing at all pistons in this movie. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Even if you're not really scared of spiders, it's just a great little infestation movie about this little town that gets overrun by spiders. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. I have so much fun with this film. It's one I'm very hesitant to upgrade to Blu-ray because I don't really want to see giant spiders, tarantulas in HD. But yeah, it's still a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy it. Great tense moment as well. I just quiver with fear at the end in that wine cellar. It's just great. It's a lot of fun. Really, really fun movie. So that is Arachnophobia. So coming up next, we have...
Look at me.
Oh God!
Open your mouth.
Oh God! Oh God!
Bad Influence, a fantastic little underrated movie, this one. Very much kind of feels like a Brat Pack movie, but I wouldn't really say that. Yeah, James Spader, Rob Lowe. It follows James Spader, who's pretty much this kind of like this honest guy. He's very sort of like keeps himself to himself, and he kind of falls in with the wrong crowd. Well, especially with Rob Lowe's character in this movie. I mean, I thought he was a jerk in Wayne's World. I hadn't seen nothing till I saw this movie. He is completely unhinged in this film. And you really fear for James Spader's character. Rob Lowe's just really creepy, really terrifying, just obsessed with him. And yeah, he just claims to be his friend, and it's not. It's just trying to follow James Spader's character as he's trying to cut ties with him. Really, really good stuff. Great performance from Rob Lowe. I think he's fantastic in this film. But yeah, it's just great to see these two actors working together. So that is Bad Influence. So coming up next, we have...
Your only option has a federal protection witness program.
For how long?
Well, that's up to Corelli's lawyers. If they're smart, and they are smart, they could hold us up for months.
How many months?
6, 8, plus appeals. Then when it's over, we'll get you in the FBI program for witnesses against the mob. They'll relocate you. Start a whole new life. The new name and everything.
I don't want a new name.
Look, you'll have the best.
Catchfire. So yeah, this was a great little gangster movie. I really enjoy this one. It sort of follows Jodie Foster's character as she witnesses this murder, and she goes on the run. She has to go under witness protection, and yeah, it's the cast of this movie is just absolutely phenomenal. To name but a few: Dennis Hopper, Jodie Foster, Joe Pesci, John Turturro. I think Charlie Sheen's in there as well, and you've also got Bob Dylan and Vincent Price. It's insane, the cast of this movie. I just absolutely love it. It's suspenseful stuff. Dennis Hopper's brought in to kind of help the situation and diffuse, and him and Jodie Foster kind of develop this relationship as the movie goes on. And I just really enjoy it. It's not amazing, but yeah, it's just great to see this cast in this type of movie, and I just really enjoy it. So yeah, just a good little undiscovered gem. So that is Catchfire. So coming up next, we have Ghost. Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg, taking home Best Supporting Actress as well for this movie. Yep, I really enjoy this film. I have a good time with it. It's one of these tearjerkers. The ending is just, it's great in my opinion. I absolutely love it. It sort of follows this couple move into this new apartment, and obviously something happens to Patrick Swayze's character. He ends up getting murdered, and it's about him in the afterlife trying to just find, you know, who did this, who was behind it, what went on, and he's trying to look out for Demi Moore at the same time, and he comes across Whoopi Goldberg's character, who poses as a kind of sort of psychic, but it turns out she actually is. And yeah, it's just a fun movie. Really enjoy it. There was a scene on a train in this when I was younger. The first time I saw it, it scared me shitless, and yeah, I just thought it was great. Really fun movie. Really enjoy this one. So that is Ghost. So coming up next, we have RoboCop 2. So yeah, this was the last RoboCop movie I saw out of the original trilogy. I think 1 is a masterpiece. 3 has its problems, but I still enjoy that film. I think 3 might be my next favourite after the original. I know that's saying a lot, but I find it really difficult to decide between RoboCop 2 and 3. RoboCop 2 is it's a much meaner movie in terms of its tone than I think to the original, although the original has some unapologetic, in-your-face violence and mean moments. I just think the tone of the second one is quite darker with what they decide to do when shooting this movie. It's bizarre. It's nowhere near as good as the original, but there's still some good things in it to be had. The mayor is the best part of the movie for me. He's absolutely hilarious in this film. I don't really like what they decide to do with RoboCop halfway through the movie. If you've seen the film, you probably know what I'm on about. But yeah, there's still some grim scenes in it. They made some odd choices with the villain in this movie as well, with what they do with him halfway through the movie. But yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but on the whole, I still like the movie. I still enjoy it. I find it entertaining, to say the least. So that is RoboCop 2. So coming up next, we have...
Don't be late. Start filming now. We're gonna have a complete record of the experiment. Promise me you'll go through with this.
Joel Schumacher's Flatliners. Yeah, seeing Joel Schumacher team up with Kiefer Sutherland again, I'm absolutely there. I just think one of the most underrated actor-director partnerships going in the 90s and 80s. But yeah, this follows a group of like medical students who are very much pushing boundaries in this movie. They kind of just want to explore the realms of death and dying themselves and being brought back to life. They kind of just want to like push how long they can stay dead for and come back. It's a really, really bizarre movie, but I still like it nonetheless. I think Joel Schumacher's directing in this movie really, really pushes the boat out for me. And yeah, it's just got an absolutely stacked cast as well. Kevin Bacon, Oliver Platt, Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland, one of the Baldwins as well. And yeah, it was just a really good movie. Really enjoy it. Different take on it about sort of afterlife and pushing the boundaries of death. So yeah, that is Flatliners. So coming up next, we have...
Good morning to you, Lon.
Howdy, bud. What you in such a good mood about?
Lon, it takes a lot of money to be free. I'm gonna sell one of these son of bitches to the first sucker that walks in here today.
You are you?
Yes, sir?
Well, now, how do you reckon to accomplish that?
Sheer willpower. In this life, you gotta take what you want. Damn sure can't stand around and wait for somebody to give it to you.
The Hot Spot, starring Don Johnson. Yeah, this again is a little good, underrated, I want to say crime movie, directed by Dennis Hopper. Follows Don Johnson as he moves to this little town. He robs this bank and he kind of just gets involved with things that he doesn't want to be involved with, particularly law enforcement and the police in this movie. But he also gets involved with a lot of women from the town as well, and it just forms this sort of chemical mixture that he just, yeah, doesn't really want to deal with. But it's a good movie. I really enjoy it. Some of the sets in this, the outdoor shots in it, look absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's just a good little movie. It's a shame that Don Johnson's career didn't really sort of take off in the film. He did do movies, but he's just not known for movies. He's more synonymous with Miami Vice, which is still a great, fantastic show. But yeah, it's just a shame that he didn't sort of capture that with the films as well. But yeah, Hotspot, really good movie. Really recommend this one. So yeah, that is The Hotspot. So coming up next, we have...
Yeah, sweet. See this gun I got here? I love this fucking gun. Yeah, I missed. Usually shoot straight when I'm drunk.
You were aiming?
I got your back, man. I was starting to feel like the last fucking Irishman in the kitchen.
State of Grace. So, yeah, any fans of The Departed, I think would probably really, really like this film. It's a great crime drama set in Boston. And, yeah, absolutely stacked cast. Ed Harris, Gary Oldman, Sean Penn. This cop's brought back to Boston to try and infiltrate this sort of mob that's going on. And it's kind of led by his best friend's brother in the movie. And, yeah, it's a really, really good crime drama, like I said. Great cast to it as well. Yeah, it's an underrated one, definitely. It's underseen. I don't hear too many people talking about this. Gary Oldman, it's another great role for him in this movie where he kind of just disappears, similar to True Romance. And yeah, just a great, great film with some great, great acting in it. Really, really enjoy this one. So yeah, that is State of Grace. So coming up next, we have...
Excuse me. Say, pal, did I overhear you say you got a friend that's missing?
Well, I doubt he's missing. He's just not around.
Oh, yeah, well, I've been reading in the World Weekly News, just a little while ago. There was a guy out here on the street. He's found wandering around, didn't know who he was, didn't know where he came from, anything like that. Oh, he's perfectly healthy, but he's complete amnesiac, A lot of people like that found just wandering around lately. No history, no nothing. It's weird, huh?
Slacker, directed by Richard Linklater. I think Richard Linklater is great at directing movies that don't really have a plot. and this can definitely be said for Slacker. It just follows a group of people in Austin, Texas. The camera just kind of like invades conversations as the movie goes on, and we just follow random people in this film. But it's those conversations in the movie that really, really make it, and I just find it really, really interesting. Really, really intriguing bit of filmmaking, I think, in this movie. And that's all I can really say about it. There's a few recognisable faces in it, but it's mainly sort of unknowns. I think that sort of gives it the realism that it was going for. But yeah, it's the conversations in this movie that really, really make it for me. You're just enthralled from the get-go. But yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good little movie just to throw on and watch. But yeah, I enjoy this one for what it is. So that is Slacker. So coming up next, we have...
Hugh, let's not mess with me today, okay? I'm robbing the bank.
What the hell kind of clown are you?
The crying on the inside kind, I guess.
Quick change. So, yeah, this, again, is a little underrated bank heist movie. It's got a great cast to it. Randy Quaid, Gina Davis, Bill Murray as kind of these sort of three misfits that successfully rob this bank in New York. But the movie's more so focused on how they're going to sort of get away after executing this successful bank robbery. They can't really sort of escape. Everything sort of is against them. And yeah, it just kind of captures those little misadventures. And I just really, really enjoy it. It's a fun movie. Enjoy Bill Murray in this movie quite a fair bit. And yeah, it's just a good little heist movie with some good antics to it. It's not the best movie you're ever going to see, but yeah, definitely check this out if you're a fan of Bill Murray, to say the least. So yeah, that is Quick Change. So coming up next, we have...
Take away his TV privileges. Oh, come on, you can't take away my TV! I gotta watch the game. Come on, please don't be an asshole, all right? Did you call me an asshole? Did I say asshole? I didn't call him an asshole, did I? Yep. Take away everyone's TV privileges and let them know whose fault it is. No one is gonna watch the game. No, you can't. You can't. No one get in to watch the game, asshole. That's not what I meant. I meant asswipe. You're an asswipe, and you look like an asshole, and you look like another asshole.
Taking Care of Business. I think this is called Filofax in some parts of the world as well. But yeah, this stars Charles Grodin and Jim Belushi. And yeah, I have fun with this movie. It sort of follows Jim Belushi's character, who's this convict. He really knows how to upset people at the start of this movie in the prison, particularly with the warden. And he ends up sort of escaping or getting out of the prison, from what I remember. And Grodin's character is like the complete polar opposite. He's very organized. He's got his life and his career on track, and all of this stuff that he like has all together, it's all hinged in this Filofax, and it ends up falling in the hands of Jim Belushi, and the two sort of end up, trading places. It's kind of that type of movie, trading places, but in the early 90s, and I just really, really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Great little movie, great cast, and yeah, it's one of these movies, you just know where it's going to go, and it's got these antics to it, but yeah, still enjoy the movie for what it is. So that is Taking Care of Business. So coming up next, we have... Narrow Margin, starring Gene Hackman. So this is kind of similar to Catchfire. It's very much someone witnesses a murder. This woman witnesses this murder in this movie, and it's about Gene Hackman, who's very much sent to protect her because it involves the mob, the mafia, and yeah, he has to sort of protect her because she's this witness. And yeah, it's that type of movie again. You know exactly how it's going to go, but yeah, I just really, really enjoy it. There's a train sequence at the end of this movie, which is just absolutely phenomenal. I just enjoy that action set piece in this film. I just think it's great. And it's a really good performance from Hackman himself. Yeah, it's just a really good movie, really good crime drama that I have fun with. So yeah, that is Narrow Margin. So coming up next, we have
Elizabeth.
Want a date? Going out? Looking for some action? Need some company?
No, wait, huh? It's Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Got any money?
Money? No, I don't have any money.
Frankenhooker. So yeah, this is one of these little absurd movies from the early 90s, and I just have fun with this film. It all follows this couple at the start of this movie. There's like a barbecue or a party going on, and something bad happens to his girlfriend. She sort of ends up getting killed by this, I think, this lawnmower, from what I remember. And yeah, it's just really bizarre. He's sort of like into the realm of science in this movie, and he wants to bring his girlfriend back. But in order to do so, he uses the parts of dead prostitutes to bring his girlfriend back. And when he does successfully bring her back to life, she's not who she was anymore. She's completely different. She's tuned in to sort of being a prostitute in this film. She acts like a prostitute. She speaks like a prostitute. It's just so bizarre, but I can't help but really like this film. I just think it's got a charm and a heart to it. But yeah, it's not for everyone. It's daft, silly fun, but I still enjoy it for what it is. So that is Frankenhooker. So coming up next, we have...
I bought 50 burgers from you people, and you only gave me 44, so I don't think I have to wait in line.
Is that so?
It is so. Okay, I got it. Look, 6 empties. I want my money back. There's a receipt.
And how do I know you just didn't gobble up all those burgers you say we didn't?
Because I don't gobble, and I don't lie. You gave me 6 empty boxes. I bought 50 burgers, you gave me 44. Now what's the problem? Do I get my money back, or do I go to the manager? You don't want... Smell the boxes. Here, there's been a White Palace inside, and the boxes would stink, wouldn't they?
Honey, my nose is so full of White Palaces I couldn't smell them if you shoved it in my face.
White Palace. So yeah, this is a really good movie. The two leads in this movie have amazing chemistry. James Spader, Susan Sarandon. It's sort of about a relationship that develops between a younger guy and an older woman. Yeah, it's like James Spader, he's like got his whole career and life in front of him, and Susan Sarandon, she kind of works at this takeout place. And so there's a misunderstanding at the beginning, but the two of them sort of like really lust for each other, and then it develops into love. And I just really, really enjoy this movie. I just think the two leads are, you know, they're really good actors in their own right, and they just really deliver a great performance each in this movie, and I just really, really enjoy the film. I think it's a good drama. It's got a great supporting cast as well, and yeah, I just think it's a good, solid film no one really seems to talk about. So that is White Palace. So coming up next, we have...
So I guess you're not going on tonight.
Brilliant.
Is this all just a game to you? You know, you can't just shout fire in a theater and then walk out. You have a responsibility to the people who believe in you. What is this? Come on, say something. Say anything. Open your mouth and say, get the hell out of here, bitch.
I can't.
You can't what?
I can't talk.
Sure you can talk.
I can't talk to you!
So for the final film, we have Pump Up the Volume, starring Christian Slater. Yeah, this is a movie, again, I desperately need to upgrade to Blu-ray. It follows Christian Slater, who, at school, he's very sort of meek and quiet. He doesn't really stand out from the crowd. But by night, he's this very, very influential radio broadcaster who a lot of the students really, really listen to and really, really like and enjoy listening to his takes on what's going on. And yeah, we get to watch this mystery unravel as people really obsessed with who he is. And yeah, it's just a good performance from him. Really enjoy it. He's a very underrated actor in my opinion. And yeah, like I said, it's one I need to rewatch and upgrade to Blu-ray at some point because it's a really good little cracking film. So yeah, that is Pump Up the Volume. So yeah, that is it, guys. Those are my another 15 movies from 1990 that didn't make my top list of favourite films. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Stay tuned for 15 movies from 1991, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.